Hey everybody, how is it going? This is Paul Cooley with SureFireBusinessStrategies.com. I am literally sitting on the floor here, mind mapping, got my pen, a training course that we're going to be doing through Surefire Business Strategies, helping offline businesses use online strategies. And as I was kind of sitting here doing a little mind mapping thing, a couple things occurred to me, which I mean, I kind of know, I have known this very much so, but just the reality keeps sinking in that most business owners, most offline business owners, truly do not understand how you can use online strategies for an offline business. And so I want to kind of give you an example. All right, this is going to be, I own a coffee shop. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the first. I'm trying to think of what we have here. The first three businesses next to us down the road. So this is not pre-thought of. Okay, this is totally on the fly. Right next to us, we have a hair salon, beauty spot. How could somebody now? There's one owner, and then you have the other girls that cut hair and do all that. They're kind of like their own freelancer in a sense, or free agent. Well, self-employed. They're probably considered self-employed. All right. They pay a little bit of rent for their chair that they use and blah blah blah. What I would do if I was one of those girls is first immediately have a website. And I do know for a fact one lady who actually cuts my hair does have one, and it gets very high traffic, and so she's doing it right for sure. Okay, I would have the website not just a static plain HTML website where you have some pictures and say, hey, come and see me. I would narrow the niche down. So and what this lady's actually done, so I'm just going to copy her for a minute, is she does a lot of weddings and very high class weddings. So I would really focus that we do hair for weddings, all right? And then what I would use is the power of social media is where you could literally have, now depending on how far you want to take this, what your time schedule is, it all depends, but I would for sure have some kind of Facebook account, also possibly some kind of radio or TV show. All of this is free, by the way. This is not a paid thing. And you might say, why would I want a radio show or TV show? The reason being is you would want to have, or just a video camera to put on your website. For people like video, like what we're doing right here. People like that. They like seeing people, face to face kind of deal. So if you get on there and position yourself as an expert and a leader. I do awesome hair design, have a whole bunch of testimonials on the website, but then give video tips on what to do, how to eliminate stress planning for your wedding, which also works in that any kind of wedding niche, doing those kind of tips works, but you're adding value to the person there. You're saying, I am a professional, I'm a leader, and I'm an expert. We'll get into the actual strategies later on as well as in our coaching program, but she's doing a good job. She really is. But just having a website is not enough. You need to be somewhat interactive. That's why I like the blog WordPress software where people can be a little more interactive. People can leave comments, you can comment. But adding like a Facebook account, and even Twitter. I mean, we'll get into all that later on. But it's all more ways to get you out there in the search engine where people can find you, say, wow, this person's a professional leader. Okay, I'm going through this fast just because I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time here. Next spot down is a very interesting store that sells very unique, I don't even know how to describe it. It's called City Chicks, all right? Very unique clothing and they have a lot of like Marilyn Monroe stuff and interesting clothing that doesn't necessarily fit this town that we live in. They have a lot of different kinds of pictures, a lot of old James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley, was it Humphrey Bogart? Those pictures that all four of them are in. Just a really unique deal. And it's amazing because they're actually making it up in a mountain area that really their clothes don't necessarily fit in. Okay, so it's very unique stuff. What I would do there is, yeah, sure, I would have a site because they have access to a whole bunch of cool but very unique things. And so have a website people can go to, people can find you, people can maybe special order from your town or not. But because, let's say, Marilyn Monroe is so huge, people are looking for Marilyn Monroe stuff. Well, hey, you can provide that. Just because you're a small town business owner does not mean you can't provide. And people have gotten this idea through like eBay and things like that. But there's other ways of doing it. You could also create, using social media, Facebook account, because I mean, think about the thousands and thousands. Okay, sorry about that. Got interrupted. It's like 2 hours later, so hopefully I remember what I'm talking about. We were at City Chicks, I believe. It's all about extra streams of income, other ways to make income. So I believe I was talking about City Chicks. You could also have, I remember having a talk with one of the owners, and Marilyn Monroe is like really popular. And there, I guess there's women and girls that actually will decorate one room with the theme of Marilyn Monroe. Now you could take that, because that's a niche, and you could actually do a continuity program, meaning a subscription of some sort, where every month they sign up online, and every month they have the Marilyn Monroe special. It's something Marilyn Monroe sent to them, or the Marilyn Monroe Club, where it's a discount club off 10-20% off anything Marilyn Monroe at the shop. And if they're not, and this is the beauty of the internet, if they're not local, people can still buy from them. And I mean, it's just there's so many different ways we're going to be getting into. Thirdly, the bike shop. They do have a website. I do know that. I know the guy who made it did an awesome job. Okay, so how do you take the bike niche? People, not motorcycles, but bicycles, mountain bikes, and different things like that. Okay, you have the website, but now how do you take that? Because just because you have a website does not mean you are going to be found in the search engines. You got to understand that. If you ever buy a domain name through GoDaddy, which that's awesome, do not have a website hosted through them, okay? Do not. You'll never be found in the search engines. The whole point of being found in the search engines, so when people do a keyword, let's say mountain bikes of the town name, you come up. You know what I mean? If that's your niche. So the bike shop could have some sort of bike club, using discussion forums on their website. So it starts creating a tribe of people that obviously like that niche and are very motivated to be a part of something like that. You could have videos like this on the site of maybe how to do a repair, or how to this isn't my niche, so I don't really know what all you do, but how to make sure your bike's ready to go for a big ride the next day. You could start interacting with your people to start getting people back to your site, which then, because now you're suddenly a leader and an expert in this industry or niche. So now, when it comes time to, now I need a new bike, I'm going to go to the bike shop because, hey, I'm already a part of their tribe, if you will. And that is a huge difference in concept that we're going to be getting into. It's not just about getting a whole bunch of customers. It's about building relationships of loyal customers, of loyal followers into your tribe, into your niche. And so using the social media tools that we're going to get into positions you as an expert and a leader, which is absolutely huge, because what makes you stand out from someone else down the road that's selling the same products? See what I'm saying? In order for you to be positioned as an expert and a leader, you got to do something different, and we're going to be showing you all those things. So I highly encourage you guys, check out the different courses that we are offering, and as well as different services. If you need a website, we can do it. If you need to get into social media, we can do it. But check it out, surefirebusinessstrategies.com, and I will see you later. Have a good one.